All right, hey fourth graders, Mr. Steinberg again. In this video, I kind of wanted to do my best to see if I could help clarify um, what an improper fraction is, what a mixed number is, like what does it mean, and then maybe even show you like what it looks like when we add them. And then in a future video, a future recording, we'll kind of show some more complicated, more advanced addition and subtraction of mixed numbers. Because I think that once you kind of see how they're actually quite simple, hopefully it'll make the units coming up in math um, less stressful. So I'll just start. I'll see what I can do. I'll see. Hopefully I choose my words carefully here. So if you're looking at the video, you can see I have some circle fractions models, right? Circle models. So let's see what I have here. I have, in this circle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 out of 5 that are shaded green. So that's one whole. And this one, I have 1 out of 5, right? I have 1 out of those 5 shaded green. So I have 1 plus I have 1/5. So if you read it together, what we have is we have 1 and 1/5. So we have 1 and we have 1/5. But we usually just write it like this, 1 and 1/5. So a whole number plus a fraction, so I have 1 and 1/5. The other way to look at it, right? Just count the number of fifths. How many fifths do I have all together that are colored or shaded green? So think about that. Think about that. I'll use like a little check mark or something. I'll say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 6 of those pieces shaded green. I have 6 of those pieces that are like the size of a fifth. So what we have is we have 6/5. So I hope that makes sense. So if you count all the green ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus one more, that's 6. So I have 6/5. So what we say is we say that 1 and 1/5 is the same thing as 6/5. So I hope that makes sense. Right? We have one whole plus a fifth, or you just count all the little parts separately and you have 6 of them, but the denominator is still a 5 because we're dealing with fifths. So let's do the same thing for the next one. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then here we have 1, 2, and 3. So we have one whole right here, we have 1, and we have 3 out of 5. Or we just say 1 and 3/5. So if you want to go ahead and kind of count them separately, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of those pieces or 8 of those fifths. So 1 and 3/5 you could also rewrite as 1. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 1 and 3/5. But we counted 8 of them. That's the same thing as having 8/5. So what we have here, we have our mixed number, right? A mixed number has a whole number plus a fraction. But the other one over here, when the numerator is larger than the denominator, that's called our improper fraction. So every mixed number can be written as an improper fraction. Every improper fraction can be written as a mixed number. So that's a skill I'm going to show you in another video. This is a super important skill. But I just want us to see that, you know what? When you have a mixed number, you also have an improper fraction because you have more of these parts shaded in than the actual size of the first equal part. So if you have fifths, you have more than 5/5. If you have eighths, you have more than 8/8, because on and on. But um, sorry, let me go back to choosing better words. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to add them together. Let's add those together and let's see what we have. Let's see here. Maybe I'll use blue. So for the first one, right? You see we have 1 and 1/5. So we know we have 1. So let's shade that one in. We have 1 whole. And for the second one, we have another 1 whole, right? So there's 2 wholes. Now for the fractional parts, we have 1 here and we have 3 here. So we have 1 there and then 3 more. So what mixed number did we just create? Well, now we have 2 wholes, right? 2 whole fractions. So we have 2 and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 and 4 out of 5. Or we have 2 and 4/5. So I hope you see what I did there. So again, so the first whole I have right there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The second one right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I had this one, I had 1 there, and I had 1, 2, 3, and 1 plus 3 is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 wholes and plus 4 more out of 5. Now if you think about 2 and 4/5, let's count the total number of fifths that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have 14 of those fifths. So 2 and 4/5 as a mixed number is the same thing as 14/5 as an improper fraction. And if you just if you're past this, if this is something that's pretty simple to you, and you just want to add mixed numbers, you certainly can. You can just take let me do it off to the side right here. So 1 and 1/5 plus 1 and 3/5, you can just add them. You can have 1 and 1/5, and you can add 1 and 3/5. My recommendation is I always start with my fractional parts. I know I'm adding fifths. I add my numerators, but there's 4 of them because 1 and 3 is 4. Sorry, and then I add my whole numbers. 1 and 1 is 2. I have 2 and 4/5. Same idea. But if you like using the models or the fraction circles or things like this, I think that can be helpful. So subtraction is very similar, right? Oh wait, I forgot the number line. With the number line, okay, you're starting with 1 and a fifth. Use red, starting with 1 and a fifth. So you start at 0, and you're going to count. You're going to go 1 and then 1/5. So you're going to start there, and you're going to add. What are you going to add? You're going to add 1 whole plus another 3/5. So 1 whole, you're going to go from 1 and 1/5, and you're going to add all the way to 2 and 1/5. That's 1 whole. And then you're going to add 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and you end up right there at 2 and 4/5. So whether you like using the models or if you like using the number line, those are available. Subtraction is quite similar. Let's see if I have, it looks like I have 8s. So just know that all of these are in 8 equal parts. So I'll just maybe fill out one of them so that we know that there's 8 equal parts. 6, 7, and 8. So how many of those do I have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 whole, right? I have 4 of them that are completely filled. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, that always happens. And 5. So that means I have 4 and I have another one that has 5 out of 8. So I have 4 and 5/8. And in this one, I have 1, 2, right? I have 2 of them that are completely full. So I have 2 that are whole, plus another one that has 1, 2, 3. So I have 2 and 3 out of 8. Yep, right there. Okay. And then I saw that's going to be 2 and 3/8. So then what you can do if you want to subtract, what you can do is you can oh, first before we do that, sorry, let me show you what it looks like as an improper fraction. So you've got 8 here and 8 here, that's 16 plus 8 more. 16 plus 8 is 24 plus 8 more, that's 32. And 32 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 37. So I have 37 of those eighths for this one. And over here I have 8, and then another 8, that's 16. And 16 plus 3, that's going to be 19. So I have 19 eighths on the second one. So then, just again, you can see how you can write any mixed number as an improper fraction, or any improper fraction as a mixed number. And so if you want to subtract, there's ways to do that. The easiest way when you're subtracting, you could certainly cross things out if you wanted to, and then just kind of count up what you have left, right? So let's do that. So we're going to take away two of these wholes. So let's take away this one, cross out that one, cross out that one because we took those away right there, and then take away 3 more. So take away this one, and this one. And then what do you have left? How much is left? You have this whole one right there, and you have this whole one. So let's go ahead and fill those in. So we've got one of those whole fractions right there, another one of those whole fractions right there, and you have 2 of these right here. So what do we have left? We have 1, 2, and what's left over here is 2 out of 8. So we say 2 and 2/8, which is 2 and 2/8. Or if you like the improper fraction, you have 8 here, 8 more, that's 16, 17, 18. So that's 17/8. You have 17/8 right there. And if you wanted to use a number line, I see my video is running out of time here. So where we're going to start here, we're going to start at 4 and 5/8. Way down here, 4 and 5/8, and we're going to take away, we're subtracting 2 and 3/8, so let's take away 2. So go from 4 and 5/8 to 3 and 5/8, that's 1. And then go to 2 and 5/8, that's 2. So we've taken away the 2. Now we're going to take away 3 more eighths. You go 1, 2, 3. And here we end up at 2 and 2/8, just like we did here. And if we have people that just prefer to use the numbers and they don't want to use number lines and they don't want to use fraction models, you can just set them up like this. Remember, always subtract. I find it easier to subtract your fractional parts first. Again, we know that we don't change the denominator, so we're just subtracting eighths. 5 take away 3, subtract the numerators, that's going to leave you with 2, and 4 take away 2, well, that's 2. Okay, so that's kind of an introduction to mixed numbers. Remember, every mixed number can be an improper fraction, and every improper fraction can be a mixed number. But keep a lookout. I'll put out another video kind of showing how to break down or decompose improper fractions because it's super important. And then I'll show you how to add and subtract mixed numbers. I think quite easily. Hopefully that'll help you through the unit that you're currently in, and then anything that goes beyond. All right, thanks everybody. Sorry for being so long with this.